evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I speak softly, so you can always tell when I speak softly, you can always hear. To me, I want to say first, I thank my God for these days. It has been a journey that you see today, and think we started 1 month ago. We started 2015. It has been a research and research and research. And why did you want to do this research? One reason being, I as Everlyn have failed terribly in businesses. There is no single mistake in business I have not done. I started my journey quite young. When I was young, I didn't know even if I wanted to do business. I was very young, and if I've been there for 15 years plus, you can tell what time was that. So I did anything that could bring money. I didn't know what it was, what it's business. I needed money. And out of that, and gotten myself into marriage when I was very young, and a child was there, so I needed to do something. And I tried this, dressmaking. I tried this. There's a lot that I really tried, just to put some food on the table. And out of that, I've come a long way. And I'll give one example, a recent example that is not really far away, that really made me think, no, something has to be done. One thing, I didn't know of anything like mentorship. I didn't know anything of coaching. So don't look the way I look today and imagine that is how I've been. No. Don't look this hairstyle and think, no, those days I had short hair. I didn't dress this part the way I am. No. So I want to tell you what took this. I lost a big business. When I had gotten in business and I thought, this is it. I wish the Growth group was here because they were work with them. All these people that you have seen here today, I can tell you, there is none of them. Be it St. John, be it Wayne, Strathmore, be it that haven't listened to them. And the reason why I got to do this is because of those mistakes that I've done. I lost a big business when you went and thought, this is it. I've reached, you know what I'm saying, when you've gotten there, and you know, I was doing quite well, there was all this money, there was all these assets, but it went down. My husband is here, can witness. Supply, we just supply, when I prepare pesa, are we talking? They're giving you money you produce for them, because now I've lost this. But still, it was a battle. Even that money, ilibiwa tena. Rodi inatoka, inaibiwa. Rodi inatoka, and one time, I just said, I can't do this. I told them, give me some time. Of course, there were court cases because it was a battle one way or another. But that day when I went to Integrity Center, no, the case was big. So I was just given direct to go to Integrity Center. I went there and I sat with the senior guy and he told me, okay, I'm giving you my best officer. And I went to that officer. And you know that officer, he had a limp. You know, one side was paralyzed. You get it? One side. And he kept talking. I told him my story. And he told me, okay, I can help you recover. Even if not everything, half of that. But he told me, before I take you through that, let me share my story with you. And he told me, he's been a police officer for some 10 years. No, that was 15 years. You were telling me a story of 10 years back. He got a friend who talked to him about doing business. You know, bringing cars in Kenya, that time was big. So he went and spoke to his wife and they agreed, yes. You know, you can't be depending on this salary. We're doing it big. And he took the title to the bank and he was given the money. Little did he know this guy was so crafty. Like if your name is Everlyn, but Everlyn doesn't have an E, somebody goes and puts an E at the end and opens an account with that. So they were paid, but the money went to Everlyn with the letter E at the end. So this guy lost everything. And there's no way his salary could pay that money. And he thought and thought and thought until he got into depression, and depression got into, I don't know, I'm not good in it. He got into stroke and then he got the paralysis. And I sat there listening to that story. And I remembered the collateral that I used to get this money was my father's title. And this title, I'm the good girl who is given the custodian to keep the good title. So not only didn't I have his consent, I didn't have his blessings. And now he is the 8 million and no business. You know, it was 8 plus maybe was in as the customers. Now you are standing at 12. And I could see that is my dad now with that stroke. You know? And then I could see myself next. Now if my dad dies, I'm cast. You get it, we're Africans. And then my mom dies next. And then apparently also, it had gotten to a point even myself, I really wanted to die at that particular time. But I couldn't kill myself because our second born has a disability. So I would like, who will take care of him? If I kill myself, my husband goes into depression, he gets the stroke, now this boy, you know. I remember yesterday we had a session about trauma in business. These things are real. These things are not stories. There are times you cry, you finish crying, you feel pity for yourself and cry again. But you know, it doesn't solve. And that is the time I started a journey of fighting. If I start running after this snake that has bitten me, I'm gonna die. I'd rather go to the hospital first. So I told this man, wait. Before you start this court case that I'll have to keep coming, you wait, I go think and then I come. Because I realized I'll be tied in court cases and the person may say, because we're in partnership, you will pay. But meanwhile, what happens? The bank wouldn't understand that. But at this time I told myself, I've got to own up to my mistake. I've got to go out there and do anything possible, but clear that money without any plan B. But I tell you, when you focus, the universe has the power to direct your energy to that. The energy of a raised beam, when it is put on something, is the focus. It's not strong if it's not focused. Even this night, it's not strong if it's not focused. So, I didn't follow that person at that particular time. But I felt some inner peace because somehow I decided that I'm going to do something. I'm not going to give the details. But I didn't also tell my dad. I went to the bank and I asked from the others, can somebody be given more time to pay? He said, depending. And then he said, okay. So I went to the manager and I told him the story. And I told him, I'm not here for pity. I want you to tell me everything I have if I sold it. Okay? And brought you the money, you'd give me another period of time to pay. And because we had come some journey, he said yes. Of course, as business, we have other suppliers, loan, debts and all that. I went to each and every of them and sacked them. You know, there are times as a business person, you have to beg. You know, you need to know when you're in a position of power and when you're not in a position. So you're pleading with someone. You know, now I don't have anything here. You know, I'm selling now everything for the bank. So they did not go after that piece of money. And some were very understanding, some gave tithes, and yeah. But one beauty thing, there were some people who helped all along for the day-to-day. But the lifestyle had to change all of a sudden. Are you getting? You know the cars now, you don't have a car because you've sold them. You have this house now, you have to move to an apartment where you squeeze it. When we talk about entrepreneurship journey, let's demystify it. It's not all the glory. It's not all the glory. So, eventually, by God's grace, and I say God's grace because time will come you need God's grace. I'm not a pastor. But I'm telling you, time will come. There's no one who can feel your pain. There's no one who can understand you. But you're going to believe there's some supernatural power somewhere that's going to do something. I don't know how. I mean, certain things you don't know how. And believe you me, God sent someone. Before the bank could sell the things, you know they sell at throwaway price. Somebody came. But I couldn't stand the demolition of that factory. Have you ever built yourself to some levels that you fail? I took a bus to nowhere. I didn't, you get to Nairobi and you're picky, punky, and my punky was Kisii. I've never been to Kisii. I got there in the evening, I got into a hotel, and then the next morning I was like, I can't really go back. Let them finish demolishing and say. And all that time, I said thank my husband. He's the one who was doing that. You brought this from zero to that level. We brought in machines, you've gone to China, you stayed there for 2 months waiting for the machines to be done, Yeah, I'm talking of a business that was giving Mwezimbaya 5 million per month. So you can tell what I'm talking about. We had over 13 cars. Zakazi, Rodi, Nini, everything. Toyota can tell you we used to buy 2 pickups at a go. Cash. Because of that. And when I tell you, somebody came and bought those things. Na tukaelewana and nikaona hata kwa bank itabaki kitu kidogo. When it rains, it doesn't stop, it pours. Along the way, he refused to pay the other 3 million. Now again, when I feel that I'll go for another court case, I say, okay, wait, let me do something, I will come for that court case. Because those who have been through court cases, they know how it is. And in a short, cutting the long story short, yeah, I went to Kisii, Kisumu, border. When I wanted to cross, I was like, no, Everlyn, you still have a family, you still have people who love you. I came back. And all that time, I'm Jeja, my family are traumatized and that. And all that, I may look young, but we have 3 children. Our firstborn she was to be here. I'm going to be a grandma very soon. So we are talking about big children who can understand. Ekra is here can testify. She's a mentor to my daughter. The trauma that it happened. But what I'm saying, after that, I took time to get to know, are others going through the same? Or yes, I've made all these mistakes. I didn't take caution with the partnership. I didn't have the system, I didn't have the structure. But are the other women suffering the same? Because women, we're not able to suffer alone for business. We suffer business, family, what people will say, when a person sikisha unatengwa, all that. And it's when I went now on the ground and I visited very many women in business. They may not have the same story, but every entrepreneur has a story. When it's not the employees who have taken their business, when it's not the loan they are not able to pay, when it's not the client to call them, every entrepreneur has a story. And what's for us women, because we internalize these, we don't speak them out. We don't speak them out. So it affects us even more. The other day, we give up. A man can lose $1 million and move on. As we cry over it and over it. So out of this, I realized women need to be helped. One thing I realized out of that, the major problem was they're not able to access capital, which is something I did. Also after that, it was hard to get again to start. I can see you're still feeling sad. No, it became better later. So stop feeling sad so that you get to the part of the business. So I got to learn so many things. And I realized either you're running a school, hotel, a salon, problems are almost the same. It's only they are different. If it's finance, it's finance. If it's HR, it's HR. If it's systems, it's systems. You get it? And then I'm like, now, what can we really do? Because I want to agree, and I want you to agree with one thing. Hata shule, kuna watoto wale number 1, na kuna watoto wanakuja. Then I thought, if we really have this talk, men and women, men will take very fast and women bado wanabaki nyuma. Sinijua kuna watoto tunarudi tunawapea men tuition. Then I thought, something for women themselves. How would it be? And that's how it came about that. But I didn't know how to do an event, so I had to go really back to school and get to know from different school how do you do. But then again, after I finished, it was bigger than that. So I went back to do the diploma. But before that, in between, I'm not talking about manuandering how she's surviving. You know, there are times you remove these high heels, unavaa hizo flat. So you know, unafunga leso. Kama ni mbaya, ni mbaya. Unaingia matatu, unaenda kutafuta pesa. One thing I say, an entrepreneur does it not have only 3 eyes, they have 3 souls. Ikikufa moja, ingine inabaki. Yesterday I was laughing with my brother and all that. I wonder what was giving me the motivation. You get? What made me do it again and again? One thing I would say, and what has saved my coming back, I realized I don't want to repeat those mistakes again. First, I learned in the newspaper, Centonomy were offering how to get out of debt. And they went and I listened. And I told them, I will pay after. I don't have the money. And she agreed, was it? And I still thank her to date. Do you know, out of that, I followed to the letter. I was able to clear the 8 million. That day we celebrated with my husband. I even celebrated crying, you know? And the next thing I really wanted him to give my dad back. Take your title, don't ever give me again, you know? Yeah, so I went to school. I went to USIU, Women Entrepreneurship. I studied there. I was like, no, I don't want to make the same mistake. Strathmore, there's no knowledge partner here. There are like 7 of them that haven't been to their class. But I'm telling you, when I got to that, it was a healing process for me. The healing process first was to meet other people with challenges, but I was also not empowered to help them. But when you realize your mistake and acknowledge it, it gives you the acceptance. And acceptance is the first point of improving yourself. And then I said, wow, this is good. I can tell you I've attended so many conferences. Every speaker you've heard here speaking, apart from very few, I've listened to them. My husband can tell you I read books and read and read and read. Because I realized what I didn't have was the knowledge. And I said, no, women need to know this. There is a solution for every problem that you have in your business. We go to school, we get a degree. Yes, you've gotten a degree in marketing, finance, HR, systems, business growth, like you were saying. That degree will help you, like it helps us with the basic knowledge. But you need the business education. You may not be an expert, but know something. You know something about it. And that is what helped me have a comeback. Because I got empowered. I could listen to other people. I could hear them talk about their story and wow, mine is not the worst after all. You know? And today, Women Entrepreneurship and Innovation Summit has been born out of that. And the thing I would want to say, kindly women, I want you to remember, we sat in class next to boys in primary, right? Secondary, right? Campus, right? What happens after that? What happens? Why do they make it and we don't? Let's agree and acknowledge, because I can tell you one thing that has dragged these conferences, lack of even the people to come and speak, the people who have really gotten it, especially women, others shying away out of it. My question is, si tulikuwa tunashinda wengine kwa class, but what happens when it comes out here? Let me tell you the example, the mantra that I tell myself. When I say, and I've shared with people here, when I sit on a car to drive, in a Songanga, I knew, are you ready or are you a man? Does it ask you? No. It goes to the direction you want it to? That is business. Your business doesn't realize you're in a skirt, you're in a trouser, or who you are. It wants your leadership. It wants your vision. It needs those systems. That is only what it can, respect. Why do we say some companies grow faster than others? It is the same. The plant, the way you're going to plant it, and how you're going to water it and maintain it, it's what we'll say, to what head. So, because of time, I may not speak much, but I want to tell you and challenge you this day. The way the economy is going, days are gone when a man in his house could only be the only provider. It cannot be possible. And I want to challenge you again, women. We want the best car, right? In the best estates. Those nice clothes. Our children in those good schools. Really? Is he there? And no wonder they are studying. How much is he earning, to be honest? Currently, we are giving 25% of the national GDP. But the question is, we are 50% of men. What if we improved more? Would it not be better for everyone? The statistics, when they are at 5.58 women, we have not, registered our business, legalized them. Today, you read from all these government institutions. Can I tell you, I've visited all of them, looking for money. When you are in need, there is not care, yes. All of them. I can tell you even what they will ask you when you go there. I've been drained and drained in all that. So, what I want to challenge you, like she said, when you decide to do business, decide fully and decide on something that you're passionate about, because times will be hard. There are times that will be hard, and it is your why you're doing that business will make you not look back. There are times you sit and question yourself, did I do the right thing? Is it the thing? Even for this summit, to bring women together is not an easy thing. Because will we talk about us? Will it be, there are times I've sat, but I'm like, there's a woman somewhere who is going to get the suffering I got. It affected me, my family, and everything. And I've always felt someone else should not go through that. I didn't know about mentorship. I've come to know through conference. Women attend events. There are so many, even if not this one, free. Attend conferences. Go and exhibit. Solutions are out there, but they won't come to your door if you don't know. Today I want to say, and I want to give a good example of what has happened last week. In social media, you saw about us bringing women for men in this. I want to say clearly before I go to that, this Women's Summit is not a feminist movement. Women, if men are the ones who are challenging us, we need to know how they do it. You don't keep your enemy closer, keep your competitor closer. So if we keep them away there, will the same mindset get us out of the problem? I come and tell you my problem there. The man will tell you, wait, I know so and so, I know the bank manager, I know. That was the idea. If you want, like they say, to be a lion, you train with the lions. He said that. They were not just any other men. They are men also who have suffered. Times you feel like you're the only ones who have suffered as women. Men also have suffered. A lot. In short, what I want to tell you, what you've learned today, carry it home. This is how I did. I would go to any conference, and I tell myself, I'm carrying one, and I'm going to practice with that. And let me give you an example. If we left you today here, and we tell you we are coming in the next year's summit, and we tell you take a step a day, kweli, tutakupata baba. Assume we started going towards Mombasa, a step a day. When we still find here, when we come next year, you'll have gone very far. And when you take a step, it's something we call ripple effect. And when you decide, the universe has a way. And I've given an example. When I decided I'm going to pay this debt, the universe had a way to provide. Take something today. Whichever way, in anything that you feel has touched you, practice it daily. I'm telling you, by the time we meet here next year, you'll have known the difference. All these people who are here, they are experts. This is knowledge you're not going to find in one university. No. No. It was accumulative to help you. It was an eye-opener. In this area, what am I doing? In that area, what am I doing? Take what you've learned, even if it's that success story, what you've learned. Even if it's that pressing. Yes. Because even when you become a leader, you'll have to talk. You'll have to look the part. Yeah. When I was called the first time to go and speak on TV, what is your name? Everlyn Kimathi. Or kind of commercial break. I couldn't talk. No, this TV, I couldn't talk. You get? But I had to take initiative to get to have public speaking and that. So, What these people are telling you, they are here because they love you. I can attest, no one here is paid. All these people you saw, that is how much they love you. How many times do we leave our business to go and mentor somebody? Even to see someone in hospital, I'm busy. They love you. And because they know what they have gone through to be to who they are, they don't want anyone else to go through. Take this seriously, what you have been taught, carry it to home, and go practice it better. And today, I say again, build support system. That is what I lacked then. And I thank God. I didn't get to depression, but I think I was about, but when the doctor said all the medicine I had to take and I would look after that, and I was like, no, I need to do something. So it's a long story. But one thing I want to say, women, no matter how many times we bash men, we need them. That is one thing I want to acknowledge today. If you're in marriage, if you're not, we need them. Because what? I say again, God was never stupid. We can never be wiser than him. And it is this thing that we are trying to compete. How long can you go with the spirit of competition? How far can you go? Let men be. Let us be. You can succeed being a woman the way you are, in your skirt, in your makeup. Yeah. This is when you become a woman, you're not coming to fight. No, I can't be him. Him has his strength. God endowed him that way. Me have my strength, and he blessed me that way. Can we acknowledge that? The other thing, your sister, if she shines, it doesn't mean you don't shine. Can we stop bashing each other? And can we stop the jealousy we are told about and support each other? And even if you're not for anything, benefit what you're benefiting and move on. Sarah Karigu is here. I started following her when I heard her story. And I followed her to realize what she does. The far she has come is because of the much she's helping others. Be it contact, be it that. If you want to grow fast, can you grow with the others? If you want to go fast, walk alone. If you want to go far, go with the others. I don't want to say much. I want to say, I thank you for coming. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Yeah, this is the beginning. And the reason why I'm saying it's the beginning, we're not going back. In your business, you're complaining there's no job. Where will your daughter go? Your daughter, where will you go? Where will she go? And as women, we are threats. Atuko ndani mmoja, ingine hapana. Yeah. Can we start thinking the entrepreneur way? Can we stop feeling sorry for ourselves? Can we not start taking that sympathy? Can we uphold even our dignity? Because if you went the same class with somebody, really seriously, if the opportunities, there is a neighboring environment, I would say. Kuna uwezo fund. Are men given uwezo fund, to be honest? Are they given the 30%? The constitution of today, of Kenya today, how is it favoring us? We are favored, but to resolve a complaint, can we get out of that? So I'll say thank you very much. I welcome you again and again. We'll do the follow-up before the next annual, and I'll say, I'm glad for you to be patient for those 2 days. I am glad, and I hope you've learned. I also sat here. I've learned. I haven't gotten there. You may think, no, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still attending class. I'm still a student at Stratmore. I'm still a student at St. Thomas. You learn this one, you realize I don't know the next one. Had this strategy, this one has expired. I need a strategy B. So I will say thank you very much. And in one, I will request my husband just to stand and wave. He's my support, he's my strength. Thank you.